request Mr. Amit Sukla to give his opening remarks.
Thank you, Professor. Very good afternoon, all the eminent panelists. So some of the keywords, so I am founder of a GovTech startup that is working in the space of simplifying social protection. So I will talk about the whole of government with the context of social protection. When we say social protection, we talk about all the welfare schemes, pension, scholarship, grants, subsidies, the tangible benefit and the non-tangible benefit. So we talked about eligibility. We talked about the proactive service scheme delivery, where citizen gives the data on once, and we are proactively able to target the welfare to them. We talked about the unique profile across all the welfare programs and the services. And we also talked about how can we converge all the policy document into one system. So this is what we have achieved. This is what EasyGov has already achieved. We have already transformed more than 1,000 policy document into a rule engine that citizen is able to give a data single times and traverse through thousands of these rules, and with a single profile can know what the schemes they are eligible for, right? So data created once, stored once, works across all the welfare program. So that is the startup that we are doing. The objective is to make welfare family centric and progressive. So this is what we are working on. Now coming to the little more detail and my perspective on the whole of the government for social protection. I think there is no denying that we need a single view of a family. When I say single view of a family, we need a family structure, we need a socio-economic profile and the welfare expenditure, right? If we get this, then obviously from a family side, government will be the politicians. I would be using the political party as a different and the government as a different entity. So political party will be able to better target the voters if there is a visibility about their socio-economic structure. In fact, their promises during the time of election can be more targeted if we have a family view available. Second, from the government point of view, if there is a single family view available, the frauds can be reduced. When I say there are two things, error and fraud. Error where citizen is not intentionally finding the loophole, but because government is allowing citizens to enroll in 10 welfare programs simultaneously, citizens drawing benefit from all the welfare program. And again, because there is no whole of government, even within the department, there are 3 welfare programs. These welfare programs rules don't talk to each other. So that's the second thing, right? There's an error and the fraud. Now, what are the negatives when we create a single view of a family or a citizen? The first negative is the fear of using data for non-intended purpose. So I have given, government has created my single view. How will government guarantee that they will use this information for social protection only, not for the criminal cases or not for the electoral purpose, right? So the privacy becomes a very important thing when I like to see a family as a one view. The last one is when you put so much rich data at one place, then you are open for a data theft. So how will we going to counter that? Now turn the coin and say whole of the government. Now, if you look, this is a single view of a family. When we look at the single view of the government, then government is actually scattered in terms of the 300 welfare program in my space. So for the housing alone, there are 15 welfare program. For the education, there are 50 welfare program. For the farmers, there are more than 100 welfare program. Right? But look from a citizen point of view, their need is very simple: housing, health, education, food, occupation. So can government benefit that has been divided into 300 small pockets can make a single chunk and deliver to the public? To the surprise of everyone, that money that we spend on the welfare in this country, if you put on a number, divide by the 80% needy families, that amount is 27,000 rupees per family per year. So this is what we can achieve using whole of the government. Obviously, why we can't able to do this if this is so good? I will tell you legal, federal and law structure, the operational, the administration that has been, the administrative structure, the way it has been decided, the fear of losing financial independence. Though these are the small pockets, but everyone enjoys this financial power. If you do this convergence, then this financial power will go away. And the last one is the power dynamics between the state government and the central government and between the politicians and the bureaucrats.
Thank you, Amit, for your perspective.
one request will be, since here many people are from the industry, so one request will be that private investment, as well as taking a solution from a startup level to the world-class platform level, is something which is right now a missing link. Okay, so the kind of investment which is bring to the table by the Facebook or its backup financiers, or the kind of support which is provided by the ecosystem to take a platform from the university to a world-class level, that is something which is right now missing. So here basically even academia and industry has to pitch in a little more significant manner.
Absolutely. Thank you. I think your points are well taken.
I will like to add here two things.
Yeah, sure.
So one, when you said, and I think everyone is echoing, that startup has to play a larger role if you want to embrace the more modern technology. And I will come to the very fundamental of a GovTech, and that is obviously the crux of whole of the government. Last year, $686 million have been invested in the GovTech across the globe, across 500 companies. Not even a single company is from India. And the total investment that has gone into the GovTech, 686 million, India is not even the fraction of it. And now you have to understand what is the reason why the GovTech is not being promoted, and I will try to link 2 points simultaneously. If let's say I have to delight and give my citizen experience of a whole of a government, it doesn't mean that I need to have a one interface or a one portal. That will be wrong. That is not whole of the government. Whole of the government is that it fulfills my one purpose. For example, if I'm coming for an incorporation of a company, that's a purpose. And for that, if I have to get my PAN card, then let's say I have to get my GST, let's say I have to register my company there, I need to get a sales certificate. I'm linking towards the ease of doing business. But what I'm trying to say here is, till the time government will not open up the APIs, because you can't control the number of citizen requirement, right? And for every requirement in the backend, dynamically, I have to integrate sometime 5 services, sometime 8 services. When it comes to the actual APIs from the government, it may become integrating with the 20 APIs or even 70 APIs. For example, if I want to travel to the foreign nation and I don't have a passport, or my passport has expired, can I use a travel portal to do both? Right now, Passport Seva portal, such an advanced IT system, does not have an open API. So till the time you don't have an open API, and Government of India has an open API policy, and that asks that every IT system should follow the open API policy. Coming to the Tanmay's remark, that also point out very clearly that the security will be taken care even better way if you have APIs, those are protected instead of giving away the complete system. So if you do these things, right, then obviously the citizen will get an event-driven whole of the government, not the whole of the government, because that is I think, theoretical concept, right, not a practical concept.